Hi everyone. So this is officially my first video in a series of many. I have committed for the next 90 days to meditate for an hour every day and to create a video. I committed to do a video a week, but at least once a week, but I'm going to do as many as I can. And for me, this is something very scary, and I love it. Um, I'm not really talk into the camera or the video type person because I always felt like I didn't have anything to say really. But I think that by committing to this and getting over my fear of sharing, it'll open me up to so many things that I've closed myself off to. So I meditated for an hour today. This is the second time meditating for an hour. My brain wasn't as chatty as it was the first time I meditated. And I came up with a really cool idea that I'm going to share with you about my first time meditating for an hour, but that I'll share more about that at another time. But the second time today, Tuesday, I listened to some meditative music, not necessarily music, but sounds, and to try to get me to focus a little bit more. And the problem is not sitting still. It's just getting my brain to quiet itself so that I can, go deeper and, that my spirit can open up and hear what the universe is trying to tell me. So I'm really excited about this, and it's hard for me doing this. Like, you know how some people have, and I love it. It's really pushing me to do things that I'm not comfortable with, and I love it. And um, I learned that fear is so much better than denial. So I rather walk with fear but do it instead of not doing it at all because I've convinced myself that I can't, convince myself that I can't do it. So I'll do it with fear, but I'll do it anyway until I'm not afraid anymore. And then I'll go ahead and try and conquer something else. It's been a year since I've quit my job uh, as a teacher to sing full time. And it's been an interesting year. I know for me, I have been really, really hard on myself. Very, very hard on myself because I I guess I was measuring that. I guess I was measuring myself by what I thought or where I thought I should be by this point in time, and not appreciating the things that I have accomplished already for this year. So I was really a lot of times in my head. And being in your head stops you from receiving or appreciating the things that you have accomplished. So I was talking with my friend Christy and just realizing that I have accomplished a lot for just doing this 1 year full time. I have written 7 songs and had them produced, and I'm proud of the work that I've done so far. I know it's just the beginning of my journey, but I'm very proud of what I have accomplished with the help of so many other people. But what I'm this leg of my journey right now, and I call it my Journey Unfiltered, is to push myself beyond what I have planned, and this is what I know, and this is what I'm going to do, and instead go from a place of creating and just going forward without having to know every little minute detail and then talking myself out of why I can't or why I shouldn't do it. So, um, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about getting out of my head and understanding that when I left my job last year in May, I started writing. Uh, in truth, I hadn't written in 10 years. And I started writing maybe June, July. I finally sat down and started writing. And then I started performing, which I hadn't done in a long time. I used to perform every weekend, almost every weekend, but I hadn't done any of my music. It was always covers. And I started performing consistently. It started in October, where I started performing with a full band. And I've since October until now, and we're in May, this is May 30th, I have performed my original music. I've workshopped my original music. And I've performed over 20 shows, I think, if not more. And I am beginning to see that I have accomplished a lot, and not to diminish the work that I have done. And now I'm ready to, like I said, move on to the next leg of the journey, where I push myself as an artist and push myself as a human being to open up myself to the universe, because there's so many things that I want to create and there's so many things that I want to do. But today I say I'm present, and I give myself permission. And I am calling this series that I'm doing Permission. I think I'm going to call it Permission. Yeah, I think Permission. Permission. And for you it would be permission. Think about the things that you have not given yourself permission to do because you thought that you couldn't, or it was too hard, or you would look silly, or you're too old, or whatever things that whatever you said to yourself or convince yourself that you couldn't do, or you didn't give yourself permission to do it. Anything. Think about these things that you can do, but because of fear, you stopped yourself. You've never tried it, so how do you know that you can't do it? So I am definitely stepping out there. And to end my first video, I am committing. I have written this down a few days ago. I've committed to do a show a month, and this is I'm calling it my acoustic soul sessions, a show a month, and I'm going to give some more details up until October 25th for my birthday, where I'm going to be doing a full show, a bigger show. But until then, I want to do smaller, intimate shows, and I invite you to come. I'm not even going to say, I hope people show up, because that to me now I know is a defeatist, saying that I don't think that I'm good enough that people will come. I invite you to come because I have so much to share, and I invite you to share in my journey and in my talent. And until then, I am excited. I am super scared, and I love it. And give yourself permission to.